Hi all, Varun here. So today we'll see how to integrate one Salesforce org with another Salesforce org. So I have two orgs here. One is my source org and this is my target org. So if I create a new lead in my source org, the same lead should be created in my target org. In order to achieve this, we have to integrate our source org with our target org. So let's start. The first step is to create a connected app in target org. So the step one is create a connected app in target org. So go back to your target org. So this is my target org. Click on settings, go to setup. Let's type app manager. Click on new connected app. So I'm gonna name this as lead from source org app. Give your contact email. Yes, so enable OAuth settings. Just check this checkbox. So the format of the callback URL should be in this format. So it should be in HTTPS. Here we have to give our domain name /services/OAuth2/callback. So this domain name should be replaced with the source or domain name. So we have to replace this domain name. So we have to capture the domain name of the source. To get the domain name, go to source org. So this is my source org. Click on settings, go to setup. Type domain. Click on my domain. So this is my domain name of the source org. Just copy this and go back to your target org. This is my connected app. Just paste here. So this is my callback URL, and for the selected OAuth scopes, I'm going to select full access here and click on save. Continue. So now we have created our connected app here. So the next step is to create a trigger in source org. So I'll go back to my developer console. This is my source org developer console. So I'm going to create a new trigger here on lead object. So I'll name this as lead trigger. Select lead, click on submit. So this is my source org. So similarly, I'm going to create a handler class here. So file new apex class lead trigger handler. And this is also my source org. Yes. So I'll replace with after insert. So I'll create a method here, public static after insert. So all the logic which should be performed in the after insert, so this block will be executed here. It should accept one parameter, that is map of id comma lead, which is nothing but the lead new map. Yes. So we have to call this after insert method from our trigger here. So just copy the class name dot the method name and pass parameter trigger dot new map. That's it. So next step is to create an util class which will generate an access token. So I'm going to create an util class here which will generate an access token. I'll just make this as private method. Private static void. I'll name this as generate token, which will not accept any parameter. So here we have to make a REST callout to generate the access token. So I'll do one thing here. So I'm gonna first create a request body here. So this is my request body. So before doing request body, I need to declare some variables. So like we have to capture the client ID and client secret ID from the connected app. So go back to your target org. So this is my target org and this is the connected app which we created. So just copy this consumer key. So this is my consumer key, and this is my consumer secret key. Yes. So now go back to our developer console. So this is my developer console. I'm going to declare some variables here. To store consumer key, just copy the key which we copied few seconds back. So this is my consumer key. Yes, and next step is to create variable for secret key. So this is my secret key. Yes, another variable to store the username. So this username should be the username of the target org. So I'm going to give my username of the target org. Yes. So and the last variable is to store the password. In this case, it's Salesforce 123 followed by the RSA token. So we have to reset our RSA token here. So from the target org. So to do that, go back to our target org. So this is my target org. Click on set. Okay. Click on setup. Click on settings. And here you can see an option called as reset my security token. Click on it and reset your token here. Yes, I got an email now. So this is my RSA token here. Just copy this and go back to your source or developer console. So this is my developer console. So we have to place this after the password. So this is my password of the target org, and this is the RSA token of the target org. And the next step is to generate the access token. So we have already created a method called as generate token. So we have to declare a request body here. So the request body should be in this format. So it should be like grant type is equal to password and client ID is equal to the consumer key and client secret is equal to consumer secret. and username is this, and last password. Copy this password variable here, paste it. So we have created a request body here. So now we have to make a call out. So I'll say http request is equal to and request dot set body. The body is the request body which we created. Set method should be post, and request dot set endpoint, and the endpoint should be in this format. So it should be https://login.salesforce.com/OAuth2/token. So we have created our request body now. So we have to send this request. So to send the request, so http response is equal to http dot send this request. Yes. So I'm gonna debug this request body here. I mean the response body should be response dot get body. Yes. So we have to do one thing here. So we have to set up a remote site settings with this URL. So just copy this URL here and go back to your source org. So this is my source org, and just search for remote site settings in the quick find box. Click on new remote site settings. I'll name this as generate access token URL. Paste this URL here and click on save. So now I'll execute this method from the anonymous window. So debug open execute anonymous window. So it should be lead trigger handler dot the generate token method. I'll do one thing here. So I'll just debug the status code here. Response dot get status code. So if the status code is 200, so that means our request is our request is successful. So I'll execute this now. Okay, I think I'll make this as public. Click on execute. Click on debug only. I think there is an error. The status code is 400. So we'll try to debug the body here. So we'll check what's happening. response dot get body. So we'll execute this method once again. Yes, and the response is authentication failure. So there is some error in the code, I guess. So we'll go back to the lead trigger handler. Yes, I think this is wrong. So it should be password. Yes, I'm going to execute this method once again. Yes, now we got the status code as 200 and we are successfully getting the access token here. So to capture the access token, we have to convert this JSON string into an object. So to do that, I'm going to create a wrapper class. So so this is the JSON response which I got. So here you can see session ID removed. So Salesforce, due to some technical issues, I mean the security issues, Salesforce has blocked printing the session ID in the debug log. So don't worry about it. Just copy this JSON response and paste it in here. We have to create a wrapper class here to parse this JSON. Yes, so this I'm gonna create a wrapper class here. Name this class as access token wrapper, which includes public static, public string. One is access token. Next is instance URL. Next is ID. Next is token type. Next is issued at. Next is signature. So we have to convert our JSON string into this wrapper class here. So I'll do one thing here. So I'll just check with the status code here. If status code is equal to 200, else I'll remove these two statements here. So if the status code is 200, I'm gonna return this wrapper class whereby I'll convert this JSON string into my wrapper class here. So it should be access token wrapper system.json.deserialize, and the JSON string is response.getBody, and the apex type is .class. And if the status code is other than 200, I'm gonna just return null. Seeing there is an error. Okay, so we declared void, right? So it should be returning access token wrapper here. Yes. So now we are able to generate the access token now, and next step is to create a class to send a lead to the target org. So for that I'll create a future method. So we can't directly make a call out from the trigger, so we have to use asynchronous apex here. So I'm going to create a future method here. Future method does not have any return type. I'll name this as send lead to target org. Should accept set of IDs, which is nothing but the lead IDs. Should be annotated with @future. Callout is equal to true. So now we can call this send lead to target org from this method by passing the key set of this map. Yes, so here we have to make a call out to the target org. So we have to do one thing here. So go back to your developer console of the target org. So this is my target org developer console. I'm going to create a new class here. Get lead from source org. So should be @rest resource. URL mapping is equal to /v1 slash get lead from source org /star. We have to make the access modifier as global, and I'm going to create a new method here. Save lead. So here we have to do one thing. So we have to send a request from our source org, and we have to capture the request in our target org. So to capture the request, so we can use one thing here. So rest request is equal to rest context dot request, and request body, I'm gonna create a variable called a string request body. Request body, and request body is equal to rest context dot request dot request body dot to string. Yes, so I'm gonna debug this request body. So next step is go back to our source org. So this is my target org. So this is my target org developer console. Go back to our source org developer console. So from here we have to make a call out. So first we have to generate an access token here. So to generate an access token, I'm just simply call this method. I'll just simply call this method HEW is equals generate token, and check if access token is generated successfully or not. Dot access token not equal to null. Then I'm gonna make a call out. So similar way, just copy all these things. So first I'll create a request body here. So the request body should be, so first I'll query all the list here, all the leads. So I'm gonna query select ID, first name, last name, company, commas, stage. where id in lead IDs. Okay, it should be status here. So we have to convert this object, the lead list, into JSON string. So we have to convert this. So I'll just convert it using JSON.serialize, JSON.serialize, and the object here, subject. Yes. So this is my request body here. So we have to make a call out now. So just copy this code. Here we have to add few more steps here. So the method remains same. The body is the serialize the JSON string, and the endpoint should be replaced. So the endpoint should be in this format. So HTTPS, here comes the domain name of the target org. So domain name of the target org slash services slash apex rest slash v1 slash, go back to your developer console of target org, just copy this, paste here, slash. So we have to capture the domain name of the target org. To get the domain name, go to your target org, and this is my target org. Go to setup, search for domain, click on my domain, just copy this domain name here and paste it here. Yes. So this is my send endpoint, and we have to give the header as well. And the headers are dot set header. It's a key value pair. It should be authorization bearer and the access token. Similarly, request dot set header content type is application slash JSON. Accept it's also application slash JSON. So now we have to send this request. So I'll just debug the response body. Response.get body. So whenever we create a new lead, so this trigger will be executed, and from the after insert method it will call this future method and just send the lead to the target org. So now our class is ready. So our class in the source org is ready. So we'll go back to our target org developer console. I'm gonna debug the request body here. So let's see the request body is printing or not. So I'll go back to my source org. So this is my source org. I'll just create a new lead here. Test lead and test company. Yes, click on save. Yeah, go back to developer console of the target org and check for the latest log. I think the log is not generated here. Go back to source org. Go back to okay. So we have to create a remote site settings as well. So that's the reason it's showing unauthorized endpoint. So just copy this URL here and go back to source org. So this is my source org, and create a new remote site settings which is related to target org. Click on save. Okay, should be in this format. Replace here as well. Yes. So again we'll try to create a new lead here. Click on save. Yeah, go back to developer console of the target org. So this is my developer console of the target org, but still there is no log generated here. So let's check what's happening. So in the future method, future handler, click on this future handler, click on debug only, method not allowed. Okay, we have to do one thing here. So go back to our target org developer console. We have to annotate this method as @http post. Yes. So I'll just clear the debug logs now and go back to source org and create a new lead again. I'll just clone this now. Click on save. So go back to your target or developer console. Now you can see a log is generated here. So if I click on this and click on debug only, I can see the lead. The lead which we created in the source org is been populated in the target or developer console. So this is my target org, and you can see the lead in the JSON format. The list of leads in the JSON format. So we have to convert this into the S object. So and insert it. So we'll do one thing here. So we have to convert this request body here into list of lead. Is equal to list of lead system dot json dot deserialize, and the JSON string is nothing but the request body, and the apex type is list of lead dot class. So now we have converted our JSON string into list of leads. So we'll just debug the statement here. Yes, go back to source org and create a new lead here. Just clone the existing one. Click on save. Go back to developer console of the target org. You can see the new log has been generated here. Click on debug only. Yes, you can see the JSON string is converted here. So now we have to insert it. So before inserting, I'm gonna remove the ID field. So this JSON response also has ID here. So we can't include ID in insert call. That's the reason we have to make this ID null. I'll just make the ID null here. Now I'm gonna insert this insert lead list. If there is any error, I'm gonna catch exception. So I'll return a string here. Record inserted. If there is an error, I'm gonna return the error message. Yes. So now we are ready. So we'll go back to our source org here. So this is my source org. So we already printing the response body as well. So now we'll create another lead here. So this we'll clone this and name this as lead 5 test 1. click on save, and here you can see the new log is generated in the target org, and you can see the lead is inserted, I think. So we'll go back to our target org and check for the lead. So you can see the lead has been created successfully in the target org as well. So you can see the test lead file name is test lead file, and the name is test lead file, and the company is test1, and the status is open not contacted. Company is test1, and the lead status is open not contacted. And also we'll go back to our source or developer console and check what response we got. Just open the log with feature handler, click on debug only. So you can see the response is, we got the response as record inserted. So we are, if there is no error, I'm returning this statement. If there is an error, I'm returning the error message. So in this way we can integrate one Salesforce org with another Salesforce org. Thanks for watching.